We are with Dan the Beast Severn, UFC Hall of Famer, and now Dan Gable / Thesz George Tragos Hall of Famer. He has his wonderful award here tonight. He's officially part of the Hall of Fame, and he did an interesting speech, to say the least. How does it feel to be part of this Hall of Fame?
Hopefully it was at least a little bit entertaining. I'll say that everyone kind of gives the same type of I'll say dry type of a speech. I thought, well, let's start off with something maybe a little bit comical there in the beginning, and then hopefully just hit a couple high points. But I thought, who else is going to recite a poem at the end? Poetry by the Beast.
I've heard, especially from Forrest, when we interviewed him recently, he said that you would make jokes in there when you were fighting. Was that common to do with a lot of your opponents?
Well, it was common if the referee happened to be Big John McCarthy. Like I said, the very first time I met him was inside the octagon. Who would figure that one? But John is very thorough, very authoritative. He comes up to you, he talks to you, to fighter first, and when he gets to the end, he looks right at you. Are there any questions? And then he goes right from you to whoever your corner person is, and then goes into his stuff that he goes through, this exact same thing each every time. So I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what all he's saying, but he said he goes very authoritative, and then at the end he goes, "Are there any questions?" I can't think of none. But as he's turning away to look at my corner person, just a goofy little blurb comes to my mind, and I simply blurt out, "Yeah, where did all that money go? Where did all that money go that my parents paid for piano lessons?" So I said this. He looks back at me, and in his mind he says, "There's no way it came out of my mouth because I got my game face on." But then the second time he comes over, so for match number 2, he comes over, and he starts in the same monologue. I know what's coming, so now I'm doing a little bit more preparing. So I get to his line, "Are there any questions?" I look right at him. I go, "Yes. If you just give me the winning lotto ticket numbers, I wouldn't have to do this." And at that point in time, he is like dumbfounded. His wife Elaine actually is the travel coordinator. He tells her, "This guy's nuts." He's telling one-liners just before engaging into a no-holds-barred type of combat where you only have 2 rules: no biting, no eye gouging. And but then they get to know me over time. I have dinner with them on several different occasions. They realize that I'm just so relaxed. I'm in my arena of competition, and I've even had doctors check my heart rate, and they can't believe how low it is, but that is my arena. Now, professional wrestling is, on the other hand, just the opposite. It makes me nervous because I haven't done enough of it on a consistent basis to where you have to fill a window of time, and you have to give your body to somebody else, whereas in mixed martial arts, you just have to get results. Could be 10 seconds and all done. Nothing fancy.
Now, this Hall of Fame, of course, Lou Thesz is involved, or was involved. It's named after him. And Dan Gable, you know both of them, or you knew Lou Thesz and you know Dan Gable. Any stories on both of them?
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously I know Dan Gable from my amateur wrestling days. I've been to Iowa on a number of different occasions, to Iowa University. I've trained at Iowa University. I've stayed in the Hawkeye House. I've been under the coaching tutelage of Dan Gable. I met Lou Thesz first going over to Japan, working for the UWFI organization, and multiple times going over there, and also Billy Robinson. But then even coming back to the States, then get to see Lou and his wife Charlie on different occasions, maybe at the Cauliflower Alley banquet, things of that nature. So again, just developed a good friendship with him as well.
How was Dan Gable as a coach? You said he coached you.
Well, again, I've been on different teams that he was coaching. I mean, obviously, his record speaks for itself. He's a very intense individual, and he was one of those people that simply did it. I have a lot of people that come to my training facility, and they do a lot of this. They do a whole lot of talking. And to me, I just want to reach over and go, "Shut up. Stop talking about it and just do it." I might be born and raised from the state of Michigan, but I claim Missouri a lot of times just for that state slogan, the show me state. Don't talk about it, show me. And that's why I say a lot of times that I should have had Nike all over me for decades ago, because I don't talk about things, I just do it.
So what's next for you? You're in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, you're in the MMA Hall of Fame, you've done it all, you've been in all the major companies. What are you going to do now?
Well, I mean, this sounds like that cue when I'm supposed to say I'm going to go to Disneyland, right? No, but I'm, I'm the first guy to be inducted into this Hall of Fame 3 times. Well, why not go for 4 times? I'm sure there's what Booker T was put in there for is one category I haven't done. So it's what I do in the next phase of my life, which actually I've been doing for the last 2 decades anyway. I like to think that my whole theme at my training facility is just like what he said there tonight. I can't guarantee you that you're going to be a great fighter. I can't guarantee you that you're going to be a professional wrestler. But I will guarantee you I am going to make a difference in you, and you're going to be a better person. And I'm a big preacher of all these skill sets that you are learning and training applies to life. They're training for competition. Life is competition. You don't have the safety and security of knowing that you're going to work for a company for 30, 35 years of your life, retire with the gold watch, and walk away. That company might fold, and you have to face that adversity, and you have to dig deep and switch gears and become something else. So, what I teach there are life skills.
Now, what about, I know you never took any steroids or anything like that, but I just had a question related to supplementation. There's all these supplements on the markets these days. A lot of athletes are taking the legal ones. Did you take anything during all your training? Or
something like creatine? I mean, I did dabble in a little bit of creatine, but creatine didn't do nothing for me. I mean, I tried creatine, because it's something that, again, I talked with different people through the USOC, making sure that what I'm doing is okay and I'm not going to get popped for something. But creatine just fit me put on extra water weight. Did I need that? No, heck. But it really did not improve my strength or anything like that whatsoever. Just put on additional pounds that I did not need.
So you would just advise an up-and-coming athlete to eat right and follow a good nutrition plan and not even bother with supplementation as far as these pre-workouts and the creatines and all sorts of stuff like that?
That's what I did. Again, things change in the sense that there are better products, better natural remedies. There's one product line for example, they call it Health Core. Health Core is that vitamin line, but it has several other supplements to it, and it has passed all the WADA certification, for the World Anti-Doping Agency, so that you can be taking these supplements and you're not going to pop for anything. But this is nothing that's creatine based. It's just helping you to get all the nutritional quality out of food into your body, because there's a lot of food that we eat that it has a lot of preservatives and things of this nature that is not really good for your body, and sometimes your body just passes through a lot of food that just goes to waste, literally. No pun intended there, but the Health Core line is just a great line, and they have it at the Ultimate Fighting Championships Performance Center now as well. So they recognize that, and kind of what we've talked off of on camera there a little bit. And now that CBD usage is been allowed through WADA and USADA, that for all combat sports, I will be approaching both the UFC and the WWE somewhere down the road, because in WWE alone, the dependency upon painkillers and a lot of painkillers have what's the addicting?
Not really an expert on painkillers, luckily.
Okay, painkillers opiates. That's what the word is for. A lot of your painkillers has opiates into it, and it's addicting. So a lot of wrestlers get hooked on painkillers, and where CBD is shown to be a great pain reducer with no addicting quality whatsoever. So again, that's where something I'm just doing more and more research, but I'm also part of a company for the last year and a half that I'm involved in. So even though people may not see me in the ring. They may not see me in a cage. Rest assured, I'm still working with these industries, working with athletes on a lot of different levels. A lot of it might be through nutrition, might be through pain reduction, recovery, things of that nature. But I love teaching close quarter combatives and that. So I'm still able to go out there and teach and share. I'll continue to share that knowledge.
And finally, speaking of teaching, do you have any students or people that have trained under you a little bit that are making a name for themselves in MMA now that we should be looking out for?
Probably the only one right now is a young man by the name of Dan Yates. He's young in his MMA career, but he is a force to be reckoned with. I kind of hate to bring him out to public knowledge right now. He only has a couple pro matches to his career thus far, and he's doing quite well. Very creative, but he's got the mindset and the heart for it. There's a lot of athletes I see come in. They are good with skills, but the moment you put them out in front of a crowd, they choke. And then you got other guys that they can't walk across a mat without tripping across a painted-on line. That they do phenomenally. So if you just got, he's one of those rare individuals. I say for about every 100 athletes that walk to my doors, there's usually that one, and I think he's that one.
And we discussed this in the shoot interview that we did that's going to be posted free on the Hannibal TV in the coming months. But this will be a separate clip, so I'll just get you to plug again your website and social media.
Okay, the best way is simply go to my website at www.dansevern.com. Severn is spelled S-E-V like Victor, E-R-N like Nancy. dansevern.com.
Thank you and congratulations on your award, sir.
Thank you, Devin. Appreciate it.